at the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me? Good morning.
What's up, y'all?
Good morning, dears. Good morning, Thronleys. Good morning, Ernie. Good morning, Bert. We're matching.
We're matching again.
These are the shirts that we wore on the day of said concert that we will be discussing thoroughly today. Oh my goodness, we have so many people here already. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. I'm like scrolling. Usually I look at this a little bit ahead of time. I did not get a chance.
Richard, look at my mug. Look at it.
Ooh. Look at mine. Thanks to the polished ears.
But look at mine.
Oh, we like
Samesies.
Coordinated today. Holy cow.
Yes.
We are happy to be here and happy
nice
to discuss this concert in depth. Curious, I see a lot of familiar names. Agnes is here. Awesome.
Oh,
good morning.
Agnes, I will get back to you. I'm sorry.
Are you ignoring Agnes?
No, not on purpose. It's been a very busy
not
week.
Cool.
And I love Agnes, and I hope she knows that.
Yes, she does. I am curious. I see a few names here that I know we met while we were in Budapest. In the chat, if you met us, say, I don't know, what should we have them say so we know who we met in person?
Oh, I
Some
don't
sort
know.
of clever key word.
Ollie oxen free.
For all of those who can spell it
No.
and met us.
No,
I
said
said
something simpler.
I like it. Ali, however you want to spell it. And then we know we met you there.
Johnny, you look awake. I can't tell if that's sarcasm. It's probably sarcasm.
Okay, so today's plan, we have a lot to get to. We've got two resources for fan cams from the concert. So the idea is not to just sit and talk about it. We want to kind of relive it a little bit ourselves. So we're going to be here for a little while. Not every song, and what I mean by not every song is not golden, because we will talk about it, but we cannot play that on this channel or we get copyright striked. Like, we just can't get around it.
It's a great song. It is our kryptonite.
It 3 times.
It will kill us.
We got hit 3 times with global blocking for that song. So we can talk about it, but we can't play any of it. So we will try to get to all of the songs, get our input, and just a quick thank you in advance for those who took the fan-made ones. We have László from the wide screen shot, and we got permission to use theirs, as well as Dimash. What is the name? Dimash Collections. They were up close. I'm guessing front row, and they got a bunch of videos as well. So we're going to use those. There was no official release for us to use anyway. And honestly, we don't normally do fan cams, and this is going to be the closest to the experience that we actually had as well to watch, as opposed to a high production thing. So that gives us some new things to talk about as well.
Hold on. While you're doing that, I'm going to go up and get the other chat from the actual YouTube, so you might hear a sound.
All right, I see some Ollies. So we got Love Your Life. We have Tracy. We have Debbie. Remember Debbie. Karen. Hello. DQ. Wait, I know we met you, but I don't see your Ollie yet. Or I might have just scrolled right past it. But let's... Yeah, you were in the second row. So Dear with the Heart, she was in the second row, and so lucky he was right in front of me when he sat down. That's awesome. So thank you for letting us use. Yes, there's DQ. All right, perfect. Okay, So, I'm organizing my thoughts and stuff. I have too many windows, but I want to begin.
I'm organized.
You're organized? You're good to go? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. No, that's the wrong button. Lord. That's not what
that was Dimash.
I think so. I have the right video up. What happened to the... Here we go. This is the one.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Rubber ducky, I'm so in love with you.
Beautiful. Okay. So, I'm going to try the button one more time. There it is. I'm Richard.
Oh, there we are.
We do exist. And before we jump into it, Johnny, what's your line, my friend?
Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell,
that
everyone.
Was suspenseful. I was like, did you freeze? I got very worried. Also, be sure
We're all
to
about the drama on this show.
Click the link in the description if you are enjoying this program. You can buy us a copy, help support this page and future trips. Perhaps, we'll see what's coming, and become a Thronely member, silver, gold, or diamond Thronely, to get extra perks. And you can also check out Throga.com to learn more about our online singing courses to learn how to sing and stuff.
Yes, indeed. And Chris, I do have 2 rubber duckies. Big guy requires more rubber duckies. even though I can't fit into a bathtub, generally speaking.
Okay.
I'm too tall for a
I was
bathtub.
worried about where this conversation might go about a giant in the bathtub and rubber duckies. I didn't know where we were going, but I'm going to shift gears as quick as possible.
Let's keep it safe.
Okay. So, let's cue video.
Right.
Okay.
Vera.
Thanks, Vera. Right away.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen our episode 15, be sure to go back and watch that. That is the lead up to this moment, the concert, as well as a couple days after and everything. Just our whole experience there. It was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well, our travel vlog, if you will. So we're going to take a deep dive into the concert. And should I just start playing it? Was there anything you wanted to kind of start off with, Johnny?
Well, I think we got a lot to get through. It's going to be cool to be reinserted into that time frame because it's been already, when did we get back? It's already been a couple weeks.
It's been so fast.
Just time is strange. It's just so strange. It's just
and frustrating. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes so quick.
So what we're going to start with, for those of you who weren't there, obviously, is just to give an idea of how he set this up. So he kind of set the mood with this kind of like vocal fry tone. He told a story that was translated. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this. This is kind of the whole thing launched. The ominous synth overtones.
Just saying, we love drama on our channel, and this was a very dramatic show.
And it had everything in English. I of course I don't remember what it said, but I definitely felt the transition of its beginning. Like it just
exactly.
It
puts you in that vibe,
to be like, this is going to be a journey, an experience. And so that was really cool to kind of see that as a whole. And then the first song that he started with was Golden. As we mentioned, we're not allowed to play Golden on this channel. No. Not even a single line of it.
I know.
We can't.
It's crazy.
But I will say that song as a whole works, I think, as an opener or a closer of a concert. Because it has, it's just high energy. We are golden. It
super
just has
catchy.
this chant kind of feeling. So it brings everybody together. So it works as an intro. I could easily see this as an outro as well, just because it has like that collective feeling.
Yeah, it really works everywhere because it's really like it's just a great, solid, catchy pop song.
Everywhere but our channel is,
Yes,
is the reality of that. So after that we're not going to talk much about that, but a lot of what we're going to say is going to reflect what the first song would have been, obviously. So then it went into Smoke. Do you remember after we were up in the hotel room? I was like, man, I'm so disappointed he didn't play Smoke. But the reality was
he did.
He did. But even when he was singing it, I was like, oh, I love this song. I remembered the hook from, we didn't even watch the full music video before. We just watched we watched a live from a previous show. And I remembered it, so it felt familiar why I wasn't connecting the title, given that it's in the chorus multiple times. I couldn't tell you. I think it was maybe some level of exhaustion. But
perhaps, yeah.
But we get to rewatch it right now, which is what we're going to do. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Can't stop the heat in my face. Feels like the world is my stage. And I'm not making ways for going. Run from the rumors you heard. Don't get too close, baby, you could get burned. What will it want you to go? Don't play with the fire, ready for the smoke.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, for me, like Golden was the primer. When you're painting, you have a primer. It kind of gets you prepared. And this was like full immersion into Dimash land. This song encapsulates everything that he's about. He's got a little bit of everything. He's got sort of that, the pop thing to start out with, pop beat. Like the phrasing is very pop, but then it goes into like just something that only he can do. Those.
Yeah.
That part, and it's just
crystal
so
clear. Just such a pure tone, and with the vibrato expanding, and then just that shift between the verse chorus, and then this part. I guess I would call this a post chorus, right? I mean, if we had to label it,
it's outside of the box. It's that unconventional thing that it's the pop and the artsy Dimash.
But it flows.
That's what we love.
Absolutely seamless. The design of the song is so well crafted, and I remember hearing this for whatever reason. I didn't connect it. That was the song was happening. It was just like taking it in. Second song in and just absorbing the atmosphere. Totally different sound experience. So this is Dear Heart. Because I don't know your first name, I apologize. Feel free to let us know in the chat. Second row. So when you're that close, where the speakers are, and visually, obviously, is very different. We were kind of far back. Not as far back as László, which we're going to switch next to in the next song. Just because I want you to hear the location of where you're seated makes a huge impact in terms of sound quality and the mix and everything else. And it basically just has to do with frequency. So the lower the note, the bigger the sound wave, and so it needs space to expand. So if you're back really far, you're going to get these really low sensations versus being up close, you're going to have more of the high end. So we're going to hear both of those. You can hear Dimash in both, but we're kind of in the middle of that, which has pros and cons. I would have killed to have second row seats. We did not have seats
next
this
time.
good.
We have to have something to shoot for next time.
Oh my god!
We can't peak too early.
Yeah, I was
experience.
Honestly, in that setting, it was a little frustrating, and this is no fault to Dimash, obviously, but the way they had the seating, it's just a flat arena, right? So because it's a multi-purpose space, so the people in front of you, you're seeing them more than you're seeing the stage. So you're dependent on the jumbotrons, which, as I mentioned before, is a little disconnecting because that's what we do all the time. We see Dimash on the screen. I wanted to see him in the flesh. Even though I was hearing the live experience, it would have been nice to have that. And I think I've gotten spoiled over the years of getting good seats to places, with like students or, whatever. And so, so that was
spoiled brat.
Spoiled brat. So that was frustrating, honestly. but that had nothing to do with, I just wish the venue had like an inclined platform so I could see and experience better.
Yeah,
but still
I would say that
everything.
I thought the sound. I got different takes from people about the sound. I thought the sound was pretty good overall. It's hit or miss.
But it depends on where you're seated, and you're also in a live environment all the time because you're gigging all the time. So I think you have a very
so I'm deaf and I don't really know what I'm.
I was going to say a forgiving
about.
Ear, not a deaf ear, in terms of what to expect, on stage versus off stage, and so I think that kind of plays into it. So, yeah, these seats are incredible. You can see so much more here.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here.
I got the lights in my eyes, 'cause I'm the dangerous kind I want to. My love comes with a price. I am the bullet who never misses you. I love to cause all the lies. It that me that I will cross you. Although that's wanted to go. Don't play with the fire. Ready for the soul.
Every time. Halftime open hi-hat's cool too. So good.
So as a singer myself, I would, this seems like a cool second song. It's almost like a vocal exercise in and of itself to kind of get warmed up as you go for the set. Because even though you have your pre-show warm up, once you're on stage, you kind of have to fade into it as well. Kind of ramp up to peak form. And this is a great song for that because it exercises the head voice, falsetto mix and stuff, and it's just
a huge advantage with that. Yeah, and none of it's push. So it's not like, obviously layering into like Story of One Sky and some other things where he gets like more aggressive and, it's more of a physical push on his vocal folds.
Yeah.
This is, Golden had more of like, the actual opener had more of the mid-range as a whole, so that was good too. But yeah, getting into the head voice, it stretches, thins the folds. It's like stretching your legs before you go for a run. So it's well placed with that clarity there is awesome.
Yeah, but perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay, so let's jump to, so we're going to move back. This is László's video, and links are in the description below, so you can go back and watch these yourself too, of course. We encourage that. And when and if Dimash, because I saw a video camera at their mixing booth, so this was filmed by his team, so I'm hoping they release more of an official version. Of course, when that comes out, that's a priority. Please go support that. Not that you wouldn't, but
I feel like they will, yeah.
I feel like they will. We will too. Okay, so this is, what is this? What's the second song? This is Olympico. Oh, this song's epic. Okay, here we go. So this is a totally different sensation sound wise, and I think closer what you're about to hear to what we heard. Lori, I don't know where art is. Says this. Build up. God, I love these transitions. Quick pause. So imagine you guys all know the song Golden. So you go from Golden, right?
I was thinking the same thing. I know where you're going with this.
And then Smoke. And then this. You're already like 3 movies in.
What other concert can you go to where you have this far to this far up here?
It's just like being thrown out, but not within the song. There's never a feeling of whiplash in the song itself. Like some musical pieces are by design, like to throw you off and things like that. And those are fun too, of course. But this is like each song is an experience. And now you're going to have this experience. And then this experience.
Like we've already had, these are like the climactic moments for most.
This should be the closer. Every song is the closer.
These 3 moments, most people would hope that, like, okay, this is all I got, and I'm gonna place it, strategically in the set, and it's just like bam, bam, bam.
And just the operatic overtones he's using here. Obviously, a little more of the what's called the singer's Vermont, the 4th overtone. I've talked about that in the past regarding Dimash and some other artists, where there's an intentional, almost a surreal tone is intended, because we don't go around talking like this. Well,
we should,
because that would make life so much more interesting.
I agree.
but having that, surrealism in opera, which was, by design needed before there was amplification with microphones and speakers and all that to be heard over an orchestra. It's now he's using this and cultivating this into just the modern era of soundscapes, from synth to organic drums to all these exotic instruments from around the world. And this kind of surrealism, this tone in the song just brings it all together. It's just, there's no other word than epic to define that in a way.
Yeah, there's no better ambassador to bring sort of the classical operatic style into the modern sort of mainstream. He does it so well.
Beautiful.
He's the best.
See this head right here? Do you see that? That's probably Johnny sitting down.
For those of you who don't know, I'm very tall. I think everyone knows now.
I just feel bad for the person sitting behind Johnny's head. No, that's not him. There's obviously someone standing or crouched up on
I was conscious of that. I did try to slouch as much as I could. I was like,
oh my god. High enough. Tone again, surrealism.
oh my god.
I love the layered singers too. The little mini backup, mini choir.
Okay, you remember how I was like, "Oh, that second song is a great warm-up song." I would say that I think it was very effective. I think he's fully warmed up at this point.
Probably warmed up at this point. I agree.
Oh my god! All right, listen. If he ended the concert there, I would have been like, "Money well spent." I'm satisfied.
Right? Oh my goodness!
Like you just anything you could ask for, he's already given you within the first 15 minutes of this concert.
So Elena just asked, was it the E6? Is that where he went there? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I doubted either one of you. It's just so high. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Johnny and Richard, do you now consider yourself dears? Yes. I would say yes. A resounding yes.
I don't think there's any hesitation at this point. Seriously. Okay. So we are on to Battle of Memories is next. We're going to go back to our close-up view. So for those of you who haven't been to any concert, or you've only been to one and maybe you loved the sound or you didn't like the sound, that's why I wanted to go back and forth a little bit, because it is a different experience. When you've got the visual stimulation of being up close, which you're going to have again here with Battle of Memories, it's just feeding the brain so much more in every way. It ends up even sounding better, not just because of the frequency range you are distanced from the stage, but when you see something exciting, it sounds more exciting. So
it fills in the gaps, yeah.
It does.
Some way, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I said before, I'm not complaining, but I am, of being back so far. I'm not complaining about the concert itself. It was great. But
yeah,
I know I can easily imagine what it's like in the front row. So I'm happy to have these two, because we're going to see things that we missed live.
John Dolph.
John Dolph.
Flory. Thank you, John Dolph. Gandalf and Johnny.
All right, here we go. Closer here. There you go.
从岁月走过，为记下一路，你我的沉默该走哪里人走？遗忘的沉默，激动的诉说，都不出按手而生，说走走，是否从最高点坠落？在回忆两成烛火，恍如更深的说一说，拿得走感秋，拿不走感动，曾不过的这一切，只在相拥。
So graceful there.
走生活，也不走就为你期待。
The way this song's constructed is cool too, because we haven't heard these. I mean, we saw this obviously at the concert, but even prior to this, like weeks went by. We listened to so many songs, but only one time. So there's still, every time we're hearing these songs now, it's like I'm picking up something new. Obviously.
Yeah, you know what it's like? It's like having this, like the first time we heard these songs, it's like having this wonderful heavenly dream, right? And then you wake up and you kind of forget it a little bit, and it gets a little hazy. And then you dream about it again. And you're like, oh, that's right. That's what like hearing some of these songs, I'm like, yeah. And they're so good. Everything was so good. You just remember it instantly. You're like, yes,
yeah,
I remember that.
So yeah, this is bringing back so many memories of just being in the moment. Some of them are frustration with the, just I'll say two people around me that were, you go to a concert and you're there for the concert as opposed to being on your phone texting other people. Maybe it's just because I'm old, but as a performer, I find that incredibly disrespectful and frustrating. Not that Dimash could see all the way back from where we were.
Yeah.
But other people paid, good money next to you, and you're there having a conversation. Just like, I just want to take the phone and throw it so badly.
Yeah, I know. And, by the way, the chat, for the chat, Dimash is 6'3". I'm 6'4", so 6'3".
Johnny's humbleness coming through yet again.
I guess that's tall. 6'3".
You might as well just
sometimes
say
I don't
6.
love my tall. Yeah. Hit your head on a few jungle gyms growing up. I don't know if I was that tall actually at that point.
But I was going to say with this song, I like this setup, like the pre-chorus is like you feel like you're about to go to another plateau, and then because he can, obviously, but then just has this like drop. It's just like there's these just the way it's constructed, like sinks you down a few times before it lifts up as the song progresses.
Yeah, you have to have it. The negative, negative and positive space. The positive space is always more effective when there's negative space along with it. It was just like, like up top shelf all the time. You would just get numb to it.
Yeah, and which is why the dynamics I think are so necessary for him to show off his range and everything else.
Yeah, well, that's part of telling the story.
Absolutely.
Exactly, Chris. Exactly.
He's pretty good. when you stop to think about it. So even that last moment, it's like crouching down. So obviously his posture is totally changed there, and that compresses the lungs very differently. So he has a little grit going into that last line, and then what is that?
D.
So D. I could have found it. So
you did,
eventually. So on that, to have that kind of push, that power, it's more of the it's not the full operatic tone, has a little bit of that there, but it's kind of mixed into a belt. So it's just the shape of where his larynx sits in the shape of the acoustical space above it. But in that position there, and then transitions up. So you're actually releasing compression on the lungs, and it's still completely stable. So it just shows the independence between the muscles in his thorax and where the diaphragm's underneath it, and all the muscles woven around the rib cage. That coordination and steadiness of stream of air against the folds, it just shows the level of skill there. It's just awesome. And we couldn't see that from all the way in the back, obviously. So I just love these things.
It's so crazy because this, for most people, this is like pedestrian, like for him. Like it's not like a showcase piece for him, but for anybody else, again, this becomes, this is like sort of taking him for granted. That we've talked about this before. It's like we're just so used to superhuman things. When we hear like him in sort of normal mode, it's still. Like for anybody else, that would be like the pinnacle of their performance. Like the stuff he's doing, the notes he's hitting, that note at the end. It's like, he's so good.
Absolutely
awesome. He just sets the bar so high that you have to remember that when you're dealing, comparing it with the rest of humanity, he's still,
Real quick, Johnny, can you thank our coffees? I'm setting up the next couple songs in a row here.
Yes, for sure. I don't remember who I thanked last.
Just thank them
Vera,
all.
Joy, thank you. Bring us so much joy. Jacqueline, or Jaqueline, as sometimes referred to.
Jacqueliani.
Still Dico, Chris, someone. Thank you, someone.
It's Simone.
Somione.
And then, thank you.
And then Mimi, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
greatly appreciate it. And for the super chat as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're moving on to Ave Maria. And this is, I feel, you mentioned this one, I think, at least in passing, that this one, I think, was this the first song that kind of settled in a little bit, like got to you a little bit? I feel like you, when we were talking, I don't know if we were talking to somebody else or together, but Ave Maria was one that I remember you mentioned that just like stood out to you. Or
possibly. I don't remember. I feel like I just remember the first 3 songs. I'm like, I'm in. I'm hooked.
that was the feeling.
Yeah.
So we're moving,
but this might be a highlight for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes you to a different place here. So let's see what he does here. And every time it's a little bit different, right? Because it's kind of vocalized it as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Remembering it now?
Perfect.
With this little airy tone, like we heard in like Olympico and some of the others that were, or even in Smoke too, with that crystal clear intention in the head voice falsetto. And then here it is with this airiness that just gives a little bit of a blend, a little more depth. It's not the operatic tone. I mean, that's an influence there, but it has a little more of a conversational feel because of the airiness. You're not going to hear a breathy tone in typical classical legit singing because that's not spending the air properly, and you can't project the airiness. Because without a microphone, no one would hear that breathy quality. But here we get to, and it just adds layers to the feeling that's taking place. I just love it.
If Dimash was an ice cream stand, he'd be my favorite ice cream stand because he has all the flavors available. Isn't that so clever?
Did you stay up for that one? Was that a thinker last night? Like, what do I say tomorrow?
No, not last night. The night before.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry to pause it again. For me, I think it was during this song is when I kind of realized I don't need to see the stage. I mean, it's great to see it in the details. Again, it stimulates the sound and memories, and it just makes it more fun to be up close. Definitely for more some songs than others, but for this one, you just close your eyes and just like shut everything else out and just go on your.
I think I have something. I have something in both my eyes.
Did that get to you? Are you feeling it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Love it.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh no. Okay, so with this song in particular, herein lies the power of the live performance. A song like this, like those notes, when you just hear it on a recording, it's obviously it's an amazing experience, but it's just by nature, it's a little more two-dimensional, right? When you're in the room and you're feeling the vibrations, it's like it becomes 3D. It becomes enveloping. It just becomes those vibrations just like enter your soul. And this song in particular is it's so powerful live for sure. I
completely agree.
It's like an ice cream stand. It's like,
oh no. Okay, we kind of left out all of the ice cream shenanigans in our travel vlog. What I mean by that is every chance we had to get ice cream, that was Johnny's sole focus, no matter what else was happening. There was some of it wasn't captured, but a lot hit the cutting room floor, right? Because there was just days of stuff. At the carnival, the first time, for those of you who saw our last episode, so when we were at the carnival, we were actively looking for gelato. Didn't exist. We looked everywhere. They had everything but gelato, which at a carnival seems inherently
ruined the whole trip.
Wrong. We wanted to leave. So that was Johnny's first frustration, although the soft serve was fine. But then when we went to Andy's Krebel Garden, that's how you say it. So when we left that, it's like 11 o'clock at night, whatever it was, and you were jumping after the gelato there. And then there's a few more spots. There's a great one. What was the other?
So, I don't remember.
I can't think of what it was. I'm derailing.
Oh, was it the one at the chocolate shop in Germany?
The chocolate shop in Germany. That's what I was going to share.
Yeah.
So, Johnny...
I forgot my chocolate.
We were in just outside of Stuttgart on our way back from Sindelfingen, and we stopped at this. Johan was like, we're like, oh, do we have time for this? No, we have time for this. No, he's suggesting places on the way back. We should get something to eat, have another drink. Like, we have to catch the train.
Oh, like, it still kills me.
And then he goes, do you want the world's best chocolate? Johnny both like, yes. So that we went to that, into the store. Everything was amazing. Johnny spent, I don't know how much money on quality.
Probably $40 euro. 40 euro, yeah.
With the intent to bring something home for his girlfriend, or at least part of what you're going to bring home. And he was all set.
For me too.
All set, ready to go. And then he saw the gelato. He's like, oh, I need gelato too. So he set his bag down after he just bought this, grabs the ice cream, and I guess you thought I had your bag of chocolates.
There was a weird miscommunication. With the lack of sleep, the distraction with the ice cream, which is palatable. You can't discount the ice cream distraction. I forgot about my bag, kind of, but no, I looked at Richard, and I was like,
I had a bag.
Raised up his bag, like almost to say like, oh, I have your bag. I'm like, okay, cool. Left. We got back to the train station, and he's like, you got your bag? I'm like, oh, I thought you had it. It's like, no, that's my bag. Oh.
You were so upset. Heartbroken.
I'm still recovering from that. And he gave me some of the chocolate he bought graciously. It's up there with the world's best. Oh my God.
What was the name of that place? It was
I don't know.
It was incredible. Arguably the best chocolate I've ever had.
Oh, shut up.
I'm not saying that to torch you, just the reality of what it was that you left behind. It was, hold on. All right, here it is.
While you're looking, I want to thank Becky real quick. Crazy Aunt Diane, thank you. Crazy Aunt Diane.
We love Diane.
Yes. Wait, that's the Diane?
Is it? Well, I'm guessing. Did she say Aunt Diane?
Diane from the trip?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. Did she say crazy Aunt Diane?
I'm not sure. Show yourself.
Show thyself.
Nancy, thank you so much. And Gopa. Gopa Cabana. At the Gopa Cabana.
Okay, it was Oh, Lord. But, wait, I got my phone hooked up. I don't even have to try to pronounce it. Look at this. You guys pronounce it yourself. Wait, right there. That place.
You're just... Oh, God. Do you think I can order that?
Maybe. We could look online.
Okay, that would be...
It was incredible.
A
Anyway.
consolation prize, I guess.
Back to Ave Maria. Slight detour.
Yeah, we
Our
digress.
apologies. Okay, back to why we're here. Here we go. It is Diane. We love you, Diane.
I love Diane. So great.
Love this drummer too.
Let's do some exercise.
God, was that heaven? No, it's Iowa. Okay, anyway, no, somebody said this is heaven. Sorry, Field of Dreams reference.
Field of Dreams. That's right. That's right.
I mean,
The Dimash.
Dimash. It's, you know, we talk about this all the time. We love a great lyric, you know, and I think that can certainly just amplify a song and make it even more powerful. But you don't need it. I mean, if that's, you know, if you have a melody and a voice like that, it's like it just transcends the need for words, and that's why I think that's why they call music God's language. It's just, it transcends, you know, anything.
I think
it transcends regular conversation. It just reaches something deeper.
Yes, and I think that repetition of that song as you get deeper into it, as we talked about before, the lyrics start to add its value, I think, beyond the surface of the melody, the music, the negative space, and all of those things. And it just gets you, as the story unfolds, as you understand it more, it gets you even more attached. And so obviously it has its place for the right songs and everything, but that initial impact, it's not needed when it's delivered like this. The other thing that he doesn't need is, and no disrespect at all, and I understand why it's there, is he doesn't need dancers. He doesn't need, you know what I mean? And
Sure.
not taking away from what they did. They did a wonderful job. I mean, we couldn't see it live from where we were, but I know it adds an element. And I love musical theaters with breaking out dance and everything. So, I mean, I do enjoy it. With the right song and the right singer, it's just all that stuff kind of falls to the side just a little bit in terms of priority. But I get the the purpose and the excitement of it as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm with you. I don't need all the production value. Just bare bones is good
I just
for
like
me.
seeing them. I do like seeing the musicians there. Like I like the live musicians with the singer.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. But the other adornment type stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And just a quick note too, at the tail end of Ave Maria, you could hear he goes from head voice to falsetto. There is a difference there. We've talked about that. Head voice, the folds are thin. Falsetto, the folds are a little bit thinner and slightly separated. So just the edge of the folds are being caught. It allows them to vibrate just even faster. Not to be mistaken with whistle tone, which is where the folds get pulled tight. They're not vibrating at all. And it's just the turbulence of the air being pushed through the folds that creates that. But he's right up in that space at the top end of the falsetto. Just so clear, so elegant at the end of that. Super well done.
And that ending was mesmerizing. That note that kind of crescendoed, then he brought it right back.
Yes.
Ugh.
So well done. Okay. Love, excuse me, of Tired Swans. Another great song.
I know.
Here goes one now. The song from Russia. From a Russian composer. My biggest friend, Igor Krutoy. Love of Tired Swans.
Can we talk about his delivery real quick in between songs?
Yeah, I thought he was great. Yeah.
There's such a comfortable pacing. Nothing's rushed. There's just
yes. Yeah.
he continues the mood of he's not looking at the clock. He doesn't make anybody feel not welcomed in any way. Just his mannerisms, and it just feels he's still in touch with that, like that kid trying to make it at that local bar. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like there's just this innocence that's there, a little bit of vulnerability, just, you know, keeping the ego in check at all times throughout the performance. Even when he does this, you know, the typical arms wide, like I can feel the love. Some singers, you get the sense of like, I am amazing and you're all here because of my amazingness, right?
Yes.
When
exactly.
he does it, it's like this, I'm open my arms because it's just this hug. It's just, we're here together. It's not a I'm better than you. It's a I'm welcoming you. It comes through in his facial expressions and his body language and his pacing. Just loved it.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a great point, because it's easy to miss because we're cutting from song to song. But when everything was just the whole flow of the show, including in between songs, yeah, I had that same impression of just nothing was rushed, and he was just present for every single part of it, which is really tough to do when you have thousands of people out there. I mean, for normal people, like your adrenaline's going, you're nervous. It's easy for you to kind of just like start talking quick, and you know you're kind of not focused on what's going on in the moment. You're just thinking about the next thing. Yeah, it's just and it kind of takes you out of it, and you never get that impression with him. He's just, he's just there. He's there when he's talking to the audience. Like that's the only thing that exists. When the song is there, that's the only thing that exists. When he goes off stage, that's the only thing that exists. It's everything. He's just in the moment.
And to Joy's point too, she's saying that I'm sure Dimash has an ego. We all do, of course, and it's necessary. But with Dimash, it never's on display, and that's because you have to have that. Because if you didn't have the ego, that's part of what drives you. It's part of a motivation thing. So there's a balance at play, and I totally agree. And I think you have to have one to even be in this, to pursue a career like this, even though it is in the name of making the world a better place, which is built into his songs and his conversations and everything else. And he's always working on himself for self-improvement. And that is part of the ego, but it's in check. And I think there's a maturity and a wisdom with the ego there that's so impressive.
It's all about the balance. You're a human in this world, and you're also this spiritual being, and it's like you have to negotiate, and it's like it's the saying, be in the world but not of the world. So you're doing what you need to do. You go to work, you do your job as best as you can, but you also, you're also centered. Or the saying that I love, it's like plunging your heart into battle plunging into battle while keeping your heart at the blue lotus, the foot of the blue lotus. So it's like you're always.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You remember that one? Yeah, it's like
Yes.
you're always home, but while you're doing other things, and he just exemplifies that so much.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Love of Tired Swans.
Посмотри мне в глаза,
I love the fry here.
ты прости мне, я сожалею, я люблю тебя, жизнь моя без тепла, я тобой болею удержать. Не смогли, мы устали, нам очень сложно, я совсем один, ты пойми, без любви ничего не нужно, не могут жить в разлуке.
Masculine opera tone there, like a tease of it.
любовь уставших
I mean, what?
Real quick, we're going to talk about the song. I'll answer BB's question. Does anyone know Richard and Johnny's birth dates? Is that to know how old we are, or
Here's the
or
question.
young we are?
I know yours. Do you know mine?
Of course I do.
What is it?
January 16th.
Good job, Ernie. Yours is October 3rd. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is. Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm second guessing it. I know it's September. Hold on. Wait. It's September.
Wow.
T-
Really?
Ten,
Put your foot in your mouth.
10th?
Yes.
Okay.
September 10th. It's,
Really
is
hesitated.
that to know our signs? See if our signs match up with our
Are we compatible?
personalities and demeanors. I
Oh,
feel
my
I'm
goodness.
a Virgo, and I feel like I'm very Virgo-ish when you look at the rundown.
I'm Capricorn from my understanding. I don't follow that, but I'm told I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
I do know I'm a
And-
Ravenclaw.
I'm Ravenclaw too, and also Capricorns and Virgos are known to get along very well, so that adds up.
Ah, well, there you go. Okay. Oh,
So the song, yes, again another one that's just coming back.
you
Great
know,
melody.
it's, what was I going to say? No, I'm sorry. So there's another song that it's got the vocal fry, it's got the chest voice, it's got the belted tone, it's got the operatic tone, it's got the head voice. It just has all these incredible elements, not just range-wise, but tonally being super expressive. One of the things that we were asked a few times, I don't know if you recall, Johnny, we were asked by a few dears, like what our opinion is to why Dimash isn't more well known than he is, or specifically in the U.S. market. Like what can they do as USA deers to assist?
Have him become more known in
Yeah,
the
like
West,
what
I guess.
can they
Yeah.
do? So I've reflected on that question actually, and it's challenging because part of it is I think there's some things that Dimash could do if he wanted. So one is just shaping some of the vowels. We talked about that before. It's just when he sings in English, there can be some refinement there, just to have that sense of not wondering what the word is, but just having that immediacy of understanding the lyric. That's on kind of a lower level thing. And there's some marketing choices he could make if he wanted to, if he was so inclined to do, right? So there is that. But more fundamentally, I was thinking about this. Just in general, the general public just isn't interested, or maybe even turned off, for lack of a better word, to the operatic style, that big epic sound. It's just not embraced. And I'm not suggesting that I listen to opera. I don't, but I love musical theater. I know you do, Johnny. I don't know if there's a crossover there for those who love musical theater, might be more apt to embrace the journey of each individual song and the vastness of his voice. So I don't know if I guess my answer to the question is it's just exposure. It's repetition of encouraging people to explore it, and they might hear something they've never heard before, or maybe, just flip a switch in the brain going like, oh, this is interesting. This is unique in a very positive way. But by and large, I think the style is people kind of like shut off before they get a chance to actually absorb the message. And so all we can do is repeat it and share it and talk about it,
I think he would have to box himself in way too much in order to fit a very specific market, and to me that would be a crime.
It would defeat the purpose of what he does. I agree completely.
Yeah, I think that's he's going to stand the test of time. He's a timeless artist as opposed to being a flash in the pan artist. And some of the groups that I like, like Radiohead for one, they don't play by anybody's rules. And there's a reason why 30 years after their first record, they're still selling out stadiums. Is because they didn't.
But you don't hear them on the radio. They're not in your face. But they
they gave that up. They're like, okay, we did that. That's not fulfilling, And I'm sure Dimash feels the same way. It's this, he wants to, he wants to express his artistry in the fullest capacity, and it would, it would just be such a limiting thing for him, and he's just like, I'm not going to do that, and he's doing just fine. Like he's God, he's selling out. He's doing great.
Yeah,
so it's
and he's connecting people from around the world, like all of you here in the chat. Some of you have even met in our chat, which is just such a cool thing to be a part of, a catalyst on some level. And I think it is doing what we're doing. We're talking, we're sharing, we're expressing our admiration for the human, not just the vocalist and the artist at play. Mm-hmm. And I think just beating that drum, I think you guys are doing the right thing. It's just that repetition, and certain brains will click and respond at the right time when they're ready to receive it. They're going to embrace it, and then they're never going to forget it, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly. Going back to this performance, it's just reminding me. So I guess part of me was like, when you listen back to a recording, you have a general impression of a live thing. You miss a lot of imperfections because you're just in the moment, and there's sonically it's just not conducive to hearing things. Sometimes when you listen back to the recording, that's where the truth lies, and it's like, okay, that wasn't as especially when I hear myself back, I'm like, okay, that's not what I remember. Listening back to this recording, it's like he was absolutely just on. Like there's not a weak moment that I'm catching at all. It's just he killed it. Like it's like, and the proof is in the pudding. If anybody gets that saying outside of America, it's just there.
Yeah. So next up, I'm gonna keep moving along because his concerts aren't short.
No, sorry. No.
Which we're not complaining about that. We have many more songs to go. We're gonna try to get to them all. So if you have a day job, now's the time to call in sick. Here we go.
Pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici la SOS d'un tailleur en détresse. J'ai jamais vu pied sur terre. J'ai vraiment ça. Je sonne de ma porte. Je voudrais voler entendre l'ombre d'un Je me joue qu'au fond de la vie, avec le vent des élèves, je compte aux zombies, tout à ma faute. Je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, qui m'attire, qui m'attire. Allez.
I love the arpeggiation built into you in this.
surpris. Pourquoi je pleure?
You know what's crazy? So this, for a lot of people, this was the first song that, Dimash was introduced to the world. And, everybody's just like blown away and like, where this guy is just from another planet. And here he is, just sitting casually on a stage, like singing this song that everybody was just so, that just blew everybody's mind with the range and, the tonal shifts. And he's just casually doing it. It's like it's so easy for him.
Casual and not, right? So I mean, his body position. And I, MK Hassan, you asked about this too, to comment about the sitting position here. So I'll just kind of take the lead there. You could hear the passion, the drive, the push, the imperfections in all the right ways. Don't take that like it was bad or wrong. But the conversational tone, the emotional aspects of his delivery here was very present, but sitting down, right? So very often singers have especially when you're younger or maybe your skill sets aren't fully developed yet, you have the feeling of you have to stand to sing at your best. Yet, when you think of all of these, like some of the great singers that we've seen on the show, and I'm sure, many others that you've seen on your own, they could be hanging upside down from the rafters and still balance everything, right? And there's a reason for that. So when you're sitting, you are using your abdominals, this abdominal wall here, just to keep yourself from collapsing, right? So the muscles are there. When you're standing, you don't use them as much. So if you're well balanced, basically if you stack the bones, if you will, and your balance is taken there structurally, then the abs aren't as engaged. So there's a sense of freedom we all generally feel, which is why we're inclined to want to stand to sing. But when you have a great balance of air, when you know how much to use and when, how much air pressure is needed against the folds to create the sound that you want, it gives you a lot more flexibility of choice of body position to be folded over, pulled back, off to the side, laying down, and still sound great. Now, I'm not saying it won't influence at all. It does, but you have the flexibility to change position and still sing great because you know how to release the air around your lungs regardless of that position. I don't know if hopefully that helps answer that a little bit. It's a great question.
Yeah.
But it comes with skill, it comes with experience and comfort, for lack of a better word.
The song that started it all.
Yes,
a lot of people.
It certainly started our journey. All right, Unforgettable Day is next. And by the way, I know we were just talking about, I saw some of the comments about the U.S. He doesn't need to be famous in the U.S., and there's no need for him to cross over. I just want to add to that. I think Johnny and I are on the same page. We're not suggesting any sort of compromise of his art to achieve fame where he's not going to be accepted. There's obviously many people in the United States, including us, that love what he does. And it's just that desire to want to share that passion and admiration of him to help inspire others. And that's really what it's about. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, real quick, thank you again.
Sorry?
Therese and Joy, thank you so much for your coffees.
Thank you.
I feel like I need a refill.
I was just going to say that myself. All right, here we go.
Dears, are you ready? Are you sure? Bir ko'rganin g'oshiq bo'ldim o'zingga erkalikin bo'ldi tetdi so'zingga
Is this the one that he wrote when he was like 16 or something like that?
men borab oldim shanimda qarab berdim nurga to'la so'zingga
I have to admit, I was hoping he would go for whistle in this performance because, you know, that was the off the piano reaction.
Yeah.
And it's the people are reminding us in chat this is the D8 song. It was, if you will, an unforgettable day. So I remember that this was the D8 song. But it's still, even with that, I knew that was kind of, because it's whistle's a hit or miss thing, especially in live environment and.
My camera's falling. There we go. I feel like it's
not. Look, I'm
drooping.
taller than Johnny.
Oh, that's not right. Enjoy it while it lasts, buddy.
But regardless of that, not even a disappointment, but it was, I was hoping for it, but not expecting it. But the power, the impact, the lift on this one. I love the chorus layers, melodically that he's got going on in this one.
Such a memorable chord progression and melody to the. Huh.
Yeah. So good. Bring your camera down a little bit more, even.
Yeah, sure.
Please, one more time. It's a dream.
People are harmonizing in the crowd.
Yeah.
Somebody's really good here.
Nice. You guys are asking if we sang along. I did not sing along this one because we'd only heard the song once, so I didn't know it well enough. There were a couple of other pieces that I did full out belt along.
I'm
with
not a singer I'm not a concert singer. I usually don't like to
I'm
sing.
generally not either. I want to absorb what's there, but I also want to.
Yeah, I want to hear the person on stage. I don't want to cloud it with my.
But I get the feeling of wanting to participate. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
To just kind of join in these moments like this. I totally get.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's see here. And by the way, he also, and we're not going to see that today because we still have a lot more songs. Oh crap! All right, let me start the next one.
How many more do we have?
A lot. But so I'm going to get to the next song, but I do want to point out he did do kind of like that split audience thing. That was kind of fun, where he had he was basically building off just a triad, right? He kind of sectioned. Okay, audience, sing this
basic
note.
chord.
Yeah, so that was fun
Basic
collectively. Chord. And he also took a moment somebody had a sign, I think said it was their birthday, and he stopped the whole show and sang happy birthday with that person's name. I can't remember her name.
Oh my gosh.
And just the whole stadium singing
day.
that. It was just, it was super cool.
Yeah, a little side note too. I mean, I was told by a couple people I don't know if this is true, but they were saying that he was having issues with a deviated septum for this show, so he wasn't 100%.
Yeah. Clearly.
Clearly.
Excuse me. Okay, this is Give Me Your Love Tonight. The music itself has such a great hook on this one. Whoop. So I had to get back to regular size. Here we go. I think songs like this are such a welcome, like it's almost just like a breather, right? Just from the dynamics and the epic nature of a lot of the other songs. Sometimes you just need just a beat, just to like
almost like a palate cleanse, a sorbet, if you will, that you could find at your local ice cream parlor.
Oh, good Lord. Are we? So we are now accepting ice cream.
Buy me ice creams, yeah.
buy me ice cream. Or maybe Breyers out there, or some gelato company, if they would like to sponsor Johnny's ice cream fetish, now's the time to buy it.
Is fetish the right word?
It was not. That was definitely
okay.
That was definitely a Throw OnlyFans kind of. I'm gonna hit play.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just all over the stage on this one, which you can see a little bit in the Jumbotron, which again is closer to our take in the moment. But you can just see the activity, the movement, and still locking in with the pitches, and obviously the breath control and everything is impressive. This song sounds like if Dimash had an opportunity to write with Michael Jackson. It just has that vibe, which is just a lot of fun.
Totally, yeah, and I agree with you. It's a great, just sort of change of pace for the show. I think it needs it. I think stylistically, this for Dimash's stuff, it's probably a little bit lower on my preference list as far as what I like to hear him with. Still enjoy it, but it's I think you need that change in the context of the show, for sure. And also, I really respect that he just goes for, he doesn't pin himself down in one particular style. He just tries whatever he wants, and I mean that's what I would do if I was. He's
experimenting with his art and just what motivates him, what he's passionate about. He gives it a go and delivers.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally
moving
works.
forward, we are to Be With Me.
Budapest. Hey, we were there.
Yeah. I don't want to go again.
Yeah. Oh, this song's cool.
Oh yeah, I remember this part. Yes.
Everybody, she's so naughty. She wanna party. I'm falling in love with your style. I promise you gonna be mine. Nobody's gonna love you like I do. I can tell the world that
Welcome to the program, Art.
I was wondering where he was. Buy me a fetish.
Thank you, Art.
Seninle kalan ne faydası ne benim gibi olan ne düşünce jomuzda Mayna dizine uçalan ne Başaktan düşen biz adam ne Kalasın kılıp adasın sizi tanımızın şey Akşam gün günü fakat sizin de sessiz Aşak kesinir bunu kalasın Biz bilişir geçtiğimiz ama kapağıp Çalalım olamalım Olmasalım
So quick on this. This best part.
Show me what's on the cup, is it over? Is it perfect? Get ready.
as far as the more commercial orientated songs go,
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, this is like a great place for his voice. I mean, he got to, rap obviously is a little outside of what he typically does, but he does it well. Little bit of range, more of a typical pop range, but like the headphone, it's just clever hooks, a couple little twists in terms of like what's expected musically.
And our favorite.
Yeah, it's just yeah. It's got. I think I mentioned this before when I heard this. It reminds me a little bit of like a Timberlake approach, but it's just musically really clever. Like I don't think he writes to be commercial. That's what we love about him. But sometimes his creativity, the byproduct of it, happens to be more of a commercial appeal, and I think this song has that. But can you imagine only hearing this song as your first impression of Dimash? Like, you have no idea. Like, when you think of like Olympico and Story of One Sky, things like that. Like, this song, it's so far removed at the same time.
Yeah, it's like having this thoroughbred, in your what, I don't know horse terminology. What do they keep them in? the
stables.
Stable. That's it. The stable. I don't know where I was going with that. Let's move on.
You need to stick with your ice cream references. It's the only way we're going to be able to follow you. All right, this is what is this? I think this is the instrumental. Oh, with his brother.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
We don't have enough close to this one at the moment.
Yeah, great Portuguese too. I'm gonna hear it right now.
Very jazzy. Sampling of that.
Yeah,
he
really
did
cool.
great in his introduction, to his little brother and everything was just sweet. It was well done.
Yeah, I love how he includes the whole family, and his dad was there walking through, and they're so supportive, obviously, and he was walking through the stands.
Okay. And wait, I don't want this one. I don't. I do, but I don't, but I don't. I clicked on the wrong button, which is weird. Do I have the right one? So this is normally, by the way, this would be the end of a typical concert. This number of songs that we played at this point. You'd think we'd be at the encore at this point.
Yeah.
But he just keeps going.
Are we even halfway through?
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah.
We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have to hit play.
Okay.
When the morning comes a bit too late, when it's
What's up, John?
Oh, John's here? All right, hold on. Now's the perfect time. John Reeves. Hello, John. He's in the chat. So I was going to wait to the end, but while he's here, next week, John Knee, which is
That's me.
John plus the knee, because he's taller. Yeah. So John plus the knee
John
is going on vacation, and he's leaving us because he wants to spend time with his girlfriend in Austria. So
very selfish of me.
totally selfish. So John Nee will not be here for the next couple of Wednesdays as a result. But we didn't want to not do any Reaction Wednesdays for that long. So I reached out to the wonderful John Reeves, and he's going to co-host with me next Wednesday. So the blue scene in the background will continue with John. I'm very excited about that. And he is going to be, John, you're going to be at the Istanbul concert in a couple days, right? So when he comes back next Wednesday, obviously myself and you guys are I'm sure going to have questions to see how that all went. So I'm curious to learn about that. And we have lots of artists that we both listen to channel-wise. I don't want to take on any new artists without John Nee here. But we have so many artists in common. So we're going to figure out what we're going to do. But, I mean, we could do, obviously, Dimash and SB19 and Pentatonics, Diana, Forestella, Voice Play, The Rose. There's all sorts of artists that we both react to. So we're going to have some fun next week. So be sure to tune in for that.
Mm-hmm. This is actually my last show, right? Until I come back.
Well, you don't say your last show and pause.
Until I come back.
What we've already established this. If Johnny isn't, let me phrase this. If I'm not, how do I say this? I'll put it this way. This show without Johnny wouldn't be nearly as good or successful by any means. That's just the reality.
Oh.
But the show without me wouldn't exist.
Wouldn't even happen. No. Absolutely.
There would be no button pressing.
Oh my.
All right, here we go. Let's go back to the song.
It's true. It's so true.
I can tell I'll be here with you. It's okay when there's no shame, my baby. Sing with me and we can make it. Bobby, call her up and see. Let me have and spread your wings. Sing with me and we can tell you that. If you want to change this world, let's start today. You can take me by the hand, I'll lead away. It's about now or never. We'll do everything together. If you want to change this world, let's start today. I can tell from experience, you are who you choose to be, and you know you won't master. See the sun is our beats, keep the light to the people who can shed me to.
So, slow memory. His brother, did he write this or co-write this? Did they write this together? No. That
I think
was
they did.
Did they write together, or that was the other song? Was it Amir? Help me out.
I don't remember.
Because there's. I feel like there's two songs.
I can tell that you will be here with me. Let this time escape of life, my baby. See with me and we can make it. Come out and see. Let me have this day to make. If you want to change this world, let's start today.
Sir did compose this one. Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. Thought so.
It's about now or never. We'll do everything together. If you want to change this world, let's start today. If you want to change this world, let's start today. take me by the hand and lead the way. It's about now or never, we'll everything together. If you want to change this world, then let's start today. Let's change this world together.
Descending background vocals there.
Abi Maxim Gudebirge!
How
I love how shy Mansour is too.
yeah, it's
just like,
so
thanks.
endearing to have, I mean, how cool is it to have, Big Brother take on your song and perform it in front of thousands and everything. So, I mean, that in itself is cool, but props to him too, because he's obviously jazz influenced in what he does with his guitar parts, but he can still write like this is a little more contemporary style. Like,
Yeah.
so he has his musicality and his choices, are pretty
Yeah, great.
advanced. I mean,
Little
he's young.
jazzy, but still with a very pop melody.
All right. Next up is, oh yes, Fly Away. I'm gonna share this.
You know what I want right now? I want to fly away with you. If you're ready. Are you ready?
No, I won't be taking the kitty with me on vacation, unfortunately. She's very upset about that. It's a sore subject.
By the way, someone did mention that we have more thumbs up than we do people watching. So that is very unusual math. I noticed at the beginning of this, it only showed
Yeah.
like 30 people, but there's like 200 people in the chat. So something's off on the
Something's
statistics
amiss.
code.
Yeah,
Something's
I thought
definitely
so, too.
amiss. I'm guessing it's more like double when watching. But hello and welcome, everybody.
I'd like to think that we're actually much closer to our 19 million. That's our goal. We want 19 million streaming at one time. And maybe that's what's happening right now.
And YouTube
And-
can't keep up with the numbers, and it's defaulting to a lower thing.
Yeah.
We'll
So thank you to all 19 million of you out there.
Far away, all my troubles far away. Fly away, close my eyes and fly away. Yeah.
Hua Chen Yu is next week.
I was better running high. Tell me, run away is not so hard. I think about I need to, but everybody needs to, but anyway. Why we have to lie and why we need to say if you don't understand? Set me free, I want to fly away. You don't
Love the space
think you
here.
know me. You don't think you know. I will fly away to find my way. Set me free, I want to fly away. Nobody can control me. I'm looking for something new. I will fly away to find my way. want to fly away. Nobody can console me. I'm looking for something more. Looking for you to find my way.
Cool riff at the end.
Yeah.
Well done.
This was not the first time we heard this song, right? We've
We've heard every song. You guys guided us really well. Every single song that played, we did hear at least once. I mean, we didn't know them well because sometimes you take like halfway through the song and be like, oh, now I remember that melody or whatever.
Right, exactly.
So we're learning as we go. When I've Got You is probably one of my favorite, just stylistically, and I love the music video and everything. And I know that's hit or miss. Some people, this was just like too far removed for them, and for me, it hit home. But I like this as much as I like, Olympico or El Amor in T, if I'm saying that right. Also War and Peace. Also Story of One Sky. Also
Ave Maria.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God. Like, what mood are you in?
Exactly.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. I remember this well.
That footage in our last podcast, that who took that?
More headbang, more headbang from Johnny. I will headbang.
Oh my goodness, what's her name?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so sorry. It's a unique name.
yeah.
It's not.
And we love her. She actually was
Oh, she was so
on
cool.
the train with us
Bu-
going back from Budapest to Germany.
Oh, that is not cool.
I know. She's so cool.
She bought me a little
let's keep
coffee
playing.
on the train. Yes, it'll pop
did.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, she had footage of Johnny. It's like, and this was strange to me. It's like you got this song, and there's this sea of people, right? I'm there belting along with the chorus, and you see Johnny just headbanging, and everybody else is still. We're just like, why isn't everybody like moving with? I don't know. Seems strange.
Yeah,
At least we're the section we were in.
And I remember this part of the
Bettina.
Yes.
Thank
Bettina.
you. You're here. Bettina Sade. Thank you. Hello.
Bettina's awesome.
We're so sorry. Forgot your name. Picture your face.
Yeah, we had such good conversations too. She's just the coolest ever.
All right, here we go.
We dress off to the river and our strollers, 'cause I'm looking for freedom. There's nothing but chains in me, but I won't be broken, 'cause I'm gonna fight this time, fight every moment. Not gonna lie, it runs inside, 'cause I am feeling alone on this side. Not gonna lie, come back to life, burning
Yes, I did sing along.
My ride or die. Leave my hands so light. Not gonna lie, take sometimes when I am feeling alone on this side. Not gonna lie, come back to life when I'm with you. You are my gateway to heaven. I have you in my life.
This is arguably one of the most simultaneously catchy and complicated chorus melodies I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, the phrasing, especially in that part.
Like that, it's like
Yeah, it goes over the typical bar, the typical count, and it like
Yes.
crosses over into the next phrase, and it still maintains
it
its
just
feel and its groove.
flows so well. And then of course, to actually be able to sing it, your transition in the passaggio, the mixed voice commonly known as, where the folds have to just slightly thin as he's going towards into head voice, doesn't get all the way into falsetto, and then coming back down without losing the overall tone and the emotional intent and feeling and everything still intact. It's not just like yodeling, like a yodel switch or anything like that. To do that with, and then surrounding moments of these really grounded, held out hooks, so well crafted.
Yeah, to me in the concert, I remember distinctly. This was the song. So there was kind of like that, the pop segment. 4 or 5 songs were just the pop jazz, a little more light, and then this song like just came in like a freaking freight train, and I was just like, yes,
So
I
good.
love it.
Oh, it's so
Actually,
difficult.
3 phrases. It's like 3 phrases.
Yeah. And a guitar solo. So you keep the rock element intact.
Yeah.
Even that, those little flips.
I can't remember it. It's so long.
Oh, I love this too. Such
Oh,
a
that's
good
nasty.
song.
That's nasty. The tone, but the tone.
For subtitles, nasty is not a negative thing, but in fact, endearing, positive. You never know.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
to
my
watch
goodness.
what I have to be conscious of what I say. Sometimes I realize my sarcasm doesn't come across in certain certain cultures.
But
and
as long as
languages.
the ice cream analogy is intact, we're good to go.
That's right. I
Okay.
think people know that I mean well, I feel like, but just in case.
All right. Next up is moving right along. This is a song by Dimash. Give Me Love.
I love that one. I will.
Oh, video. Sorry.
This was the song that was being sung at the pre-party too.
Yep. By Christina. Yeah. She did great, by the way. Just gives you space to breathe after When I've Got You, too. Just
Exactly.
the only thing missing from this scene is reflecting back to the younger days. We should be holding up a lighter instead of the light from the phone. It's a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, you notice we didn't include the years in our birthdays when we were revealing them.
Oh no, we didn't, did we?
Too much. No.
Yeah, when everybody was allowed to smoke, I never did. It was I don't like the cigarette smoke, but it's that time span of like the lighter, the actual flame from thousands of people was a pretty cool scene.
That was cool.
Just the atmosphere of that is amazing.
Yeah, cell phones are cool.
Don't burn our fingers anymore.
True. Modulation.
absolutely beautiful.
Was that one of the ones you cried during that I didn't take the video of?
No, you
I
didn't.
know, I
you didn't
failed.
take any. We were watching a concert. There's no time
were.
for video. I got a couple
Yeah.
little clips, when I thought of it or whatever. No, honestly, I'm sure I would have broke down much sooner than I did. I didn't at this point. I'll let you know when. We're not at the song yet. I think my reservation of just like allowing myself to like fully immerse emotionally, part of it is just I can't turn my brain off of like my teacher mode is always on to some level. It's like, oh, how do you do that? Oh, that's cool. I like this. Like what the drummer's doing. Oh, look over there. Like, look, squirrel. You know what I mean? There's all these things that are being taken in, but not being able to see him, my view is blocked. Like I saw like half the stage at best from far away. So there was that. And then, like I mentioned, there's frustration with a couple neighboring fans there that I was constantly distracted, and I'm easily distracted. So that kind of took me away a little bit, to be honest. But it didn't take away from my lack of appreciation of everything that was happening. But eventually, I kind of closed my eyes and I just got lost. We're not there yet. And yes, there were tears. Okay, next up is...
Oh, real quick, I want to thank our coffee buyers real quick.
Yes, go for it.
Just know we're not forgetting you. Thank you, Joy. Wait, did I already say that? I might have said that. Joy, Therese,
again.
Terry, and of course, Buy Me a Fetish. Thank you, Buy Me a Fetish.
Throglodite art.
Throglodite art.
All right, next is Stranger. Oh, such a good song, too. God, I keep forgetting how many epic songs he actually has.
There's just so much killer. No filler. Oh, this song is so cool. I love this instrument.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm just trying to zoom in. Sorry. Love you too. This song is amazing. I keep forgetting. This song is outstanding. I never list it in my top for whatever reason.
Yeah, I love the western, spaghetti western vibe.
You cry for us, I can see. You cry.
sharp. Okay, so this song right here exemplifies, I think, why I never want Dimash to try to fit into some box, like some limited scope, like some limited pop Western thing.
Having a song that does that is great here and there because it lets him explore that artistically, but
it's like, you know, like taking like Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo and like, you know, saying, hey, from now on all you're going to do is draw a cartoon for the local newspaper every day. You know, it's like it just limits. I mean, what he creates with his humongous palette of skills and artistry is just that's what makes him unlike anybody else. It's just and it's so different from anything that you could hear anywhere. And I'm so thankful that he's who he is and he does what he does, because it's, you know, you wouldn't hear that otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then to experience this in person, I'm going to say just one final time. I doubt it's the final time, but just again, Andy, if you're out there, thank you for hooking us up with the flights to have this, and then all of you who have donated and supported and just commented and shared, and, you know, even if you never spent a penny on our channel, it's just you're here, you're present, you're interacting. This is Dimash's goal, right? I mean, it's at least our interpretation of just that. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. I mean, it's world peace, as simple and as great as that concept is. It's, you know, it just shows that it's plausible from, you know, if you allow yourself to be. And just thank you everybody for all of it.
It's just you know,
incredible
whatever
experience.
Supposedly is sacrificed in not having the worldwide acclaim that, you know, that some people want him to have, or he could have, or whatever.
Sure.
It's just what he has in place of that is just so much better. You know, it's like he's doing what he wants to do. He's creating true art that just, you know, that continues to just expand the horizons of what's possible. And it's like, you know, if that means not being on the radio in Cleveland, it's like, and so be it.
It's such a specific absence.
I don't know.
And on that note,
screw you, Cleveland.
And on that note, thank you, Bettina, for your super chat, and Eric and Gina and Linda, thank you for your love. We love you as well. Okay, so we are back to our other view. This is where Dimash plays the dobro. Actually, you know what? I want a close-up view of this one. Let me switch gears. We're getting there. We're about 2/3 through the concert.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dobra style!
Excuse me.
Let me repeat. I'm not Dobra man still, but it's a good chance to introduce our culture, our traditional instrument. So, first of all, a lot of thanks to my friends. Timurlan Yernat, here's one. Best Dobra players in the world and the best Kobas player in the world. Olacağız hadi! Hürmetli ağayın. Kazak'ta baro ya aramızda.
Hello, everyone. Still people coming in. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
Dostlarımızın hürmetine bарлықтарыңыздың атынан, барлықтарыңыздың аттарыңыздан, қазақ елінің атынан ыстық қонақ кәдемізді орындап берейік. Құрманғазы, ада!
And thank you, Del, for the coffee.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, really cool.
Nice. I just so many
Yeah.
instruments he's able to play and just execute so well.
It's great when you can have strategic moments to rest your voice, which he did, and still keep the entertainment value at a maximum.
Totally.
You know, he's,
So someone asked with the MK Hassan, curious about if the concert being too long, too much, because 15 songs is a lot. In an hour and a half is typically more than enough. But I have to, and I get your point. I understand the question. I mean, some would argue that 15 minutes for a music reaction is plenty. But however, we're still here 2.5 hours later. So obviously subject matter, taste, and things like that. But I have to say though, I didn't realize how much time had passed while I was there. I don't know about you, Johnny, but it was just like that. It's a little fuzzy, right? With not just because there's so much, but every song is such a journey. It's not. There's a lot of artists where an hour and a half is plenty because it's essentially copy paste. It's like, and there's like 2 or 3 song formulas, and they just play the same thing over and over again. Mixing them with their hits, and they can still be obviously entertaining and everything else. But you are just, it's like going to just a long movie. Some movies are 3 hours long, and they captivate me. They keep me in the seat.
the great ones. I mean, the Godfather, first two Godfathers. It's just like
or all
Lord of the
3
Rings.
consecutive.
Yeah, Richard's a little bit of a freak, so he watched all 3 back to back to back of the Godfathers.
I didn't see it until Johnny pushed me to, and once you start,
they're
you
so
know what I
good.
mean. But anyway,
My favorites.
no, it's a legit question. But when you're in online, it's very different. 3 hours of sitting down and watching something on the screen. Very different experience than being present in that space. All right. I could work out to this song. It's got like this bullfight kind of thing going on. You know what I mean? Just like,
Yeah,
it's just like this motivational drive. It's super cool.
yeah.
what the drummer's doing on the ride. The bell he's got doing like an off. It's like a counter rhythm. It's like on top of that. There's really cool things going on.
By the way, shout out to the band too. They're
Yeah.
typically overlooked when you have such a talent out front. But man, such a tight band. Everybody was a great, fantastic player, virtuosic player, and I mean, and they sort of go unnoticed because they're so good. It's just like because they're playing exactly what they need to play, and
they're serving the
jobs.
song and making it just epic in so many. And there's so many different moods required of his concert. So you have to be incredibly
flute flutters. Yeah,
you have to be
All the
diverse
drummers.
in your skill sets, and each of the musicians have to be because they have to adapt to what the song is asking. You can't just be a one-trick pony here. You just can't.
no, nope, not at all.
It's an angry man song. Nicely done.
Man,
Ah,
he gives so much of himself for these shows. He doesn't hold back at all.
no, and there, even though we know dancing isn't his forte per se, right? But it is the cardiovascular skills that he has to have to execute all of that movement and then move on to the next song because he knows there's more songs to come and big songs to come too. You can't just half-ass it. And
Really big songs to come.
Yes.
One of my favorites coming up.
Yes. Speaking of,
Is this it?
this is El Amor en Ti.
Okay, great
And then
song.
Story of One Sky is right after. So it's like
That's
these
it.
two back to back were just too much. You know what I mean? Just emotionally.
Yeah.
And this is where I started to just shut out little distractions around me, and just the mood of the song and everything else just got lost in this. So here we go. Quick pause here. So obviously, because we saw this from the Almaty performance, we knew that there were multiple Dimashes coming. obviously pre-recorded. So
Remember how confused we were at first, though?
oh my God! Wait, there's two. He's in touch with the Force and giving projections of himself on stage.
He would be if anybody's in touch with the Force.
We didn't know what was happening. A couple people just joining us. If you haven't seen our reviews in the past, so we have already heard all of these songs, so we're not commenting on like some of the lyrics, things like that we've delved into before. So by all means, if you're curious, feel free to explore that. We have playlists for that, along with this is our closer to this Trip to Budapest limited series podcast. So you can go check that out. But I also wanted to say, so this is the song that, even knowing it's pre-recorded, obviously, right? There's the 3 versions, and then he comes out. This was starting to, like, I closed my eyes in this setting, and just the atmosphere, the echo of the space, even with just a recording of him, and the way the song moves and everything, that's where it just started to welt up and just start to feel the immense presence of the song and his tone. And as we can see, we're moving into multiple versions of the 3 versions of his opera self, right? And then he kicks in with the contemporary style at the end. The evolution of this song at that volume in this setting was amazing. Even if he didn't come in live at the end, you know what I mean? It's just...
Here's the thing, too. Even if the whole concert was recorded, like
it was just a hologram.
It's like people are, it's a cop-out. It's like, try to find anybody that sounds like that, even in a studio. Like, I don't care how much technology you have and how much you can fix things. It doesn't matter. You can't just take anybody and sound like that. You know, so it's and obviously it's a cool thing when you have somebody that can replicate it live, which he does.
Of course.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. I didn't care either about the recording. I was like, he sounds great.
Yeah. That was the moment of impact for me. So even just this crescendo, these layers, in this like soprano range of notes, and then in that moment you can't quite hear it here, right? In digitally and in this particular recording. But when he comes in with like that punch, that rock conversational tone, that more contemporary style, I was like right on this, like, I'm welting up a little bit, and there's just like a punch to the gut in that moment, just the volume. It's just like, that's what it's just kind of,
See, my reaction to those things, I tend not to cry. It's more of just like an awe, like a, it's just, People want me to break. They want me to break so bad. I do break in my own ways.
Of course.
Or it's just I can't speak is what happens to me.
Well, and I have that too, obviously, especially in a concert setting. But that was just this is for me. I shut everything else out, just took in the sound. And then I just had the feeling of his live presence with his live voice in that moment. And it just, that was my tipping point. And then, of course, we went into Story of One Sky after this. So, One part. Normally, I would just keep playing it, but we have more songs to get to, so let me jump to it. Sorry, guys. I didn't need to go back that far. All right, here we go.
Yes, I remember watching that, and it was at that point that we realized that the greatest vocal group that's ever existed in the world is Four Dimashes. the best band.
Oh my god!
It's just Dimash times 4.
All right, so Story of One Sky. This is where we are, and so he's got a long setup to this one. We have just a few more songs to go. Are you good on time, Johnny?
Kinda.
Let's see if I can find the beginning of the song. So there's this huge, I mean, if you've seen obviously the music video, all of you I'm sure have here, there's this wonderful setup and everything. It's beautiful. So I think it is a little introduction. I'll do that, and if I have to skip forward through a little bit of the music video, I'm not sure. Let's just jump.
Yeah, maybe do that. Yeah, possibly.
This was our 90-minute special. What time did we start? 2 hours and 46 minutes
6
ago.
minutes ago.
Yes. Okay. Here we go.
Can't believe what's happening at all.
This song is so
Diapers crazy, really want to fall.
Oh, this is where it started anyway. Dear Heart. Second row. Thank you.
Causing all that pain to the secret one that give us life. billions of words, billions of sense and souls and dreams, billions of lives, surely never to senses or also tears and blood.
So quick, so Charlie, so that is Dearheart's name. I wanted to say Shirley at first because that's how I'm trained to say. So Charlie.
Right.
Thank you very much. So for those of you just joining us too, there are links below to the László's version, which is in the back. You can see the whole thing. And it's like an hour and 15 minutes long, just moving through the songs. And then you can go to Charlie's page that has the songs broken up individually and has the setup to the song and some extra footage as well. So by all means, go explore those if you haven't already. So, and thank you again for recording this and allowing us to use it here.
Oh, thanks, Venus. Thank you.
They should call voices of light, whisper the lost chances can we balance on the edge of your regret?
What a great melody.
Our future is impossible to say. So I know what ways your mind was falling. We decide to stop between. We decide to find the joy. We are making final time to hide. 'Cause we are choosing one. We are choosing one. Not to share again, not to share again, not share. Don't you leave again. We have passed the moment of imagine. What is the beast? Do we have to say? Time is up. It's time to say
This part coming up right here.
We'll pause here. Obviously, we got more to go. His conviction, his facial expressions, his tonal implication. I mean, he is so genuine, and he's, when is he not, right? But this song seems to be just like, it's such a core of what his beliefs are and what his hopes are, and it just comes through in his mannerisms, where the vibrato comes in, how he breathes. Sometimes there's restriction on the inhale, because that's what happens when you're feeling what you're singing, is there's certain tensions that show up in your respiratory system. You could feel that, and then he's got to let it go. He's almost like, I almost feel like he's working himself through the song to not get too immersed into the meaning, because he still has to stay engaged with the skill sets and all those subconscious abilities that he has. It's just the battle within what he wants and how the world is just evident in his delivery in this song. It's just so well crafted.
Yeah, this is his masterpiece to me. It just, like you said, it just encapsulates everything that he stands for. I think everything musically that he stands for. It's so well written. To me, it's his Bohemian Rhapsody. It's his Stairway to Heaven. It's just if you could pick one song, if you to be remembered
for
by
now,
to me, this would be his.
Because he's only 30. He could have
for now.
more of these.
Yeah, possibly. But if you only have to pick one, and I know that's really hard, it's really difficult. This
right?
one is
oh my goodness,
definitely a contender for me. It's just got everything.
For sure. All right, let's get into the second half here.
Yeah, this middle section is just incredible.
So there's a little bit of copyright issue, which is why there's a blur. I saw Charlie bait something, so I'm just gonna. We are extremely prone to copyright issues here, so I'm just, for the rest of this particular song, I'm gonna fade that back even a little bit more. Let's be careful. Let's not have this be stuck only on Patreon. That happens to us too often. So bear with us here, and I'll bring it back on the next. All right, here we go.
that song is just on another level.
You can just go see. Sorry, go.
No, that middle section. I mean, from a conventional songwriter's perspective, it's like usually you don't want to shift gears completely and go into a whole different section. To me, it's like it's perfect because the first part of the song, is the main bones of the song, right? You got the main melody, the message, and everything, and it's like it just sets you up, right? It tells the story, and then this middle section is almost like this. It's like, okay, now reflect on what I just talked about in my message in this first part of the song, and it's like this built-in meditation, and it's like
exactly what it is.
Shamanic elements. There's like Gregorian chant elements, and it like forces you to take what you just took in what he's saying and just let it stew on a non-verbal level, and then he brings it back around, comes back in, and just takes it up for that final, that
just shoves it down your throat in the best
God.
way. It's that middle section there's something like, even if you've never been exposed to those quarter tones or some of the instrumentation or the sounds, there's something humanly primal about it. Like it's I think that's the objective too, right? So it's beyond words, and it's just these
words.
Yeah, and it's just these sounds that just, if you allow it to, will resonate through you in every way, and you become a part of the song, and you can feel that in that moment there. And and it gets to you. It just that connection is just undeniable. It's so tangible. It's like the intangible tangible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
I know he's only 29, and I don't know when this song came out. He's probably like mid-20s or something. But like we've talked about before, this is probably his 10,000th life on this planet. So he's seen and done it all, and this is sort of his last incarnation, if you will, to show everyone the way.
Here's what I've learned.
Higher realms. Yeah,
oh my goodness.
That's my thought on it. Yeah, it's just he's an old soul. Yeah.
All right, Autumn Strong.
In my sense of the word.
Moving forward, what an incredible piece.
together, please.
Got some great songs in this last.
And
last
what
bit
a
of-
great choice after Story of One Sky. Just like it lets you kind of like still reflect a little bit. Just
Yeah.
in terms of the feeling that you just left with. Like if you did something too jarring in a different direction, it would have almost you not let that feeling stay with you. And so
Yeah.
I really like the song selection that was there. And yes, the Polish Steers did a great version of this as
Yeah.
well.
Oh gosh, yeah. The flow of this concert is expertly done. Oh, I love that song.
All right, we have two more people. We're almost there.
Woo! Oh, I haven't peed once this whole time.
I was just gonna say, do you have to pee as bad as I do?
If you have to pee, because you never have to pee.
That's not true.
Well, not never.
What an
I should
odd
say
thing
never.
to say. All right, here we
because
go.
it comes out of your eyes. All the moisture is released. From your eyes.
I'm so dehydrated. I'm surprised I haven't like cried like today reacting to this too. But I think it's the nature of like, you know, going back and forth between the chat too. But
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Definitely catching my breath here. All right, this is Just Let It Be. Wait, we're gonna watch the closer one, Charlie's version. Here you go. Do I have it up? Ah, sorry.
No.
Wait, I got it.
Şaravandikiz, şancırıkı, akkone jubidiktiz, bugün bütünüz. Mahabbetike, damaşakı, keremetsizimde, biz kişkinmiz. O bir günler aynaldımın yediriz ki, ödenemem ala körme, nelersen gezgez. Etini çayırmaz, bulmayla oldu hayatlarız. Azamayla bulunmaz kaygı. As you saw that once was I was
That's cool part. Song action.
I know, yep. I love when he ends the song with that little run.
Yes. So that's the ending, but there is an encore. All right. So of course we have an encore here, which is "Give Me Your Love," which is such a fun song.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. This is a great way to end. So there's the song selections, the sequence of songs was really well crafted, and you would hope to have that in any quality concert, but they don't always execute. Sometimes poor choices are made. It's just not the case here.
Yeah.
That last song, it's kind of a break for him vocally, which is just weird because it still has where did he go? He's still full out belts.
Set me free. So it's like the C5 or C sharp 5. I mean.
Yeah, just to kind of bring it down a little bit to the C sharp 5. So after such an epic performance of 14 songs or whatever.
Oh my gosh. Goodness. Yeah. And then to bring it down right before this last.
Yeah. And it's just leaving it fun. But no, you don't want it to end. So even when you know it's an encore in the back of your mind, you're going well, some encores have 3 songs. Why is there only one? But it's the nature of it. It's hard to complain after, a 2.5 hour, 3 hour concert at that point, whatever it is. But it does. It just time moves along so quickly. I didn't have that feeling. Didn't want to get out of the seat. Just
for
crazy.
Sure.
All right, here we go. And I guess he had to cut a couple songs.
Yeah.
Based on, I know you guys say in chat, and I've heard this from elsewhere too, there was regulations in terms of, I don't know if it's a union base or whatever, that he can only have the show go so long. So they did have to make some decisions in terms of how much he talked in between things. He still paced. He didn't make you feel like he was being rushed or that we had to leave or anything like that. Well, the security guys at the end forced us out of the building because we were hanging out with people.
Yeah,
we didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 2.5 hour limit. Okay.
I can't find the words how much I miss you, baby. I can't find the words how much you want to be mine. Every time it cross my eyes, I can't forget the way you're dancing, baby. Never feel like this before. You're really blow my mind.
Charlie, what are you doing? You don't have to apologize. You should be standing. just felt like such a party at the end.
Yeah, totally. Perfect.
Barely move. This is hard to do too. To sing, to stay connected, in moving through the crowd.
I know. Beautiful.
Ah. I want to do it again. We're starting over.
Do it again. Well, for people that can watch the Godfather movies back to back to back, I don't doubt that you could do that again.
And, you know, Mock's here says, you know, and what stamina. Wow. I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, just in 2.5 hours of costume changes and in and out of songs and pacing different styles and remembering your stage cues for camera and lights, all of those things. Obviously, it's well rehearsed and everything, but
not to mention
that,
just being totally on vocally the whole time.
Well, and throughout it, exactly. Different body positions, sitting on the edge, bent over, kneeling down, pulling back, just all of it.
Everything. It just gives so much, and it's such a blessing to have.
What a monster performer. Just amazing. So, I know people are asking about subtitles, and I don't know if you can understand me. That's why you're asking for subtitles, but they will come if that's helpful at all. You just have to wait till after the live. We'll get them up there, okay?
Yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you for the
coffees. Thank you guys so much.
The super thanks, the comments, the likes, the share of our page. You guys are helping us grow, and this mini podcast. It's the end of our limited series podcast, but not the end of our reactions to Dimash. And make that very clear. We have a list of 85 suggested songs that we haven't gotten to yet of just Dimash alone. The list is compiling. We do have some other things to get to, obviously, and we're going to circle back. Johnny's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Next week, our Reaction Wednesday is with co-host John Reeves. We're going to catch up with him, see maybe, obviously, I have questions about what happened in Istanbul, which is about to happen. It hasn't happened yet. Tomorrow, we have Lara Fabian. We pre-recorded a song and have a little clip of the first time Dimash and Lara met, which is pretty cool. So that's 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tune into that. That's
Johnny, can you be there to be in the chat? I won't be. I have a convention this whole weekend. I'm like out.
Oh, possibly. I think I might be able to.
I'm putting you on the spot in front of like 800 some people. Johnny, can you please be there? Because I can't.
No. No.
What a jerk. So, thank you, everyone. Again, you were awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us for the last 3 hours and 22 minutes. And if you missed part of it, we understand. And you can go back and check it out again. We love you all. Have an amazing day. We will see you again soon.
Love you guys. Thank you so
much.
Bye
for now. Thank you, everyone. Mwah, mwah.
I'll miss you guys.
We'll see if we can get him to call in if his girlfriend will let him. pressure.
We'll see.
Bye, everyone.